Iran is on a war alert. We are 5 days into U.S. President Donald Trump's self-imposed deadline for Tehran to make a deal. Clouds of confrontation are looming large at a time when the Islamic Republic is facing multiple challenges within. Iran has seen a resurgence of protests in the last few days. Traditional mourning ceremonies after 40 days of deadly crackdown marked the beginning of fresh protests. After 2 days of continuous demonstration in Tehran, pro- and anti-government protesters clashed at a university campus. Female students at Tehran's Ali Zarha University also took part in protests. They were heard raising slogans of "We'll fight, we'll die, we'll reclaim Iran." According to the Institute for the Study of War, 5 major protests broke out on 19th of February. These demonstrations took place in southern Fars province, Esfahan, Tehran, and Mazandaran. The situation is unfolding in Iran, faces threats of U.S. strikes to fight the dual crises of internal turmoil and external aggression. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has reportedly prepared a contingency plan. The strategy focuses on ensuring survival of the Islamic Republic. As soon as the war breaks out, special forces units of the police, intelligence agents and battalions of IRGC's Basij militia will be deployed to the streets across major cities. The man who is spearheading this strategy is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's close confidant and national security chief, Ali Larijani. Larijani is former IRGC commander who has served on many positions in the Islamic Republic since 1980. After 8 years in IRGC, he was appointed Minister of Culture in 1992. Then he headed the official broadcast network of Iranian government for a decade. In 2005, he was appointed Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Council. From 2008 to 2020, Larijani served as Speaker of Parliament. Last year, he was reappointed to National Security Council by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ali Larijani is considered to be a key figure in putting down January protests in Iran. According to reports, he has sidelined President Masoud Pezeshkian and is leading diplomatic security, military operations under the direct authority of Khamenei. Larijani now faces task to ensure stability within Iran while managing diplomacy and war efforts. Adding to the list of challenges, another crisis is brewing on Iran's northern west frontier. 5 exiled Kurdish organizations have formed a coalition of political forces. In a joint statement, the groups said their primary goal is to overthrow the Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran and the US will return to diplomatic table on February 26th to hold the next round of nuclear talks in Geneva. Leading up to the meeting, Iran's foreign ministry has warned that pressure tactics will not yield any results for the US. Well, despite the U.S. Armada floating in the Mediterranean Sea and close to Iran, the Trump administration is worried that Iran has not capitulated already because of the amassing of the military positions in the Mediterranean Sea. Steve Witkoff did say that Trump is surprised that Iran has really not capitulated already, and he's wondering why. So tensions are palpable in Iran because the United States has not made it clear what it's going to do in the next 1 month or so. Mr. Omar Azkiziljiki is a strategic and defense analyst joining us live from Ankara. Mr. Omar, thank you very much for your time and welcome to the broadcast. The United States, including President Trump, is worried that Iran has not capitulated yet. That's a statement from U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff. What do you think he really meant by that?
I mean, what Trump basically expects from Iran in these negotiations is that Iran bends over and accepts all of the American demands, and that this literally should be a capitulation from the Iranian side. And the Iranian side, on the other hand, has a different approach. They want a negotiated settlement. They are ready to make concessions, but not that far-reaching as the Americans wish to see. So therefore, this discrepancy in the bargaining and negotiation position between both sides is, as of now at least, not resulting in a deal. And the United States of America and Trump is trying to pressure and put in more and more pressure on the Iranian regime to force them to capitulate to all of the American demands, including nuclear, including ballistic missiles, including economy, and including energy as well.
Well, the talk about nuclear programs in Iran has now re-emerged again because Iran says that there needs to be a new standard operating procedure when it comes to their bombed facilities. Do you think they're right in saying this, that there needs to be a new standard operating procedure when it comes to nuclear facilities in Iran?
I mean, we have to clearly assess here one thing, and this is the Iranians, they want to keep a certain level of nuclear enrichment in their stores, and they want to keep maintaining the nuclear facilities. But the Americans, they don't want this. So from an Iranian perspective, what they are saying is true. But from an American perspective, this doesn't make sense at all. From an American perspective, they want Iran to abandon all of its nuclear adventures, all of its nuclear facilities, and stop enriching nuclear to a almost weapons degree. So therefore, the Iranian statement, while being true in its terms, does not make logic and is not logical for the American perspective.
Mr. Omar, there's a new problem facing Iran at this moment. Apart from the armada that is floating in the Mediterranean, there's also the re-emerging of protests in Iran. What do you think, in your view, is stoking these protests?
We have to clearly assess here one thing, and this is the Iranian people don't like their regime. This is something that has become quite clear over the recent decades, and we have seen several instances where the Iranian regime had to brutally oppress and silence popular uprising in its or by its people. So not only the recent one, but also in previous years, we have seen repeatedly that the Iranian people went out to the streets and that they were brutally massacred and killed, and the protests then stopped by brutal, violent oppression. So, but we also have to clearly see that this is one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is that the Trump administration, Israel, and all of the intelligence agencies working inside Iran against the Iranian regime are trying to incite popular uprising, popular demonstrations again inside Iran to increase the level of pressure on Iran during this term of negotiations. So it is both. It is not only internal domestic Iranian issues by the genuine will by the people, and it's also not only an intelligence operation by the Americans. So actually, when speaking, both sides are telling the truth, but not the full truth. Yeah.
All right. Live from Ankara, Turkey, I've been talking to Mr. Omer. Omer, thank you very much for your time.